Alongside Frankie Corrado and Dave Poulin. Guys, it's time to play fantasy or reality. I'm going to throw out a topic. You tell me where you stand on it. Let's begin with William Nylander. All quiet on the contract talk, but he's making a ton of noise for a huge deal. 27 points in 17 games. Here is the statement. Number 88 gets an 8-year, $88 million deal to stay with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Fantasy or reality? Poulin, you're up first.
Reality, Gino. I think the number has to start north of where Mitch Marner is right now. Mitch Marner's been at that number over the last 5 years. So why wouldn't you start north of that? That's number one. Number two, it seems to be that there's a desire between both the player to stay in Toronto and Toronto to keep the player in Toronto. If that's the case, if both parties want the same thing, then they will get it done. The third piece is the cap piece. The cap is going to go up. As this drags out, it also gives them a better feel for what number they're actually going to be dealing with. The time can work to both sides' benefit.
For me, it's a fantasy, and with Austin Matthews next year taking up 15% of the cap, if William Nylander gets $10.5 million on that deal, Poulin, he's going to take up 12.6% of the cap. So what am I trying to say? The Leafs have to get away from paying star players 13, 14% of the cap, unless it's Austin Matthews. So for me, 8 years, $10.5 million, still gets him $84 million. That's a very good deal, and Toronto can offer that 8th year.
Good luck convincing him of that. All right, 20 games into their season, the Canucks have 27 points, leading all Canadian clubs. The statement, Vancouver is the best Canadian team in the NHL. Fantasy or reality, Frankie?
So close right now, but I'm going to say it's a fantasy. For me, it's the Winnipeg Jets, and they're just a little more buttoned up defensively. I like the fact that they get contributions from all 4 lines. For me, they're a team that can roll them over and play it anywhere you want it. Right now, for me, it's the Winnipeg Jets.
It's a reality, Frankie. Look at the standings. The team that's above the other team is the team that's the best in the NHL in Canada right now, and that's the Vancouver Canucks. My old roommate Rick Tocchet is doing a great job of keeping things tight there. This could continue.
Oh, playing favorites. I can tell where you're going with that. All right, next up, Austin Matthews and Kyle Connor are tied for the league-leading goals with 14. Statement, Connor will continue to challenge Matthews for the Rocket Richard Trophy. Fantasy or reality, Dave?
Reality. This is truly one of the elite scorers in the National Hockey League. And he's in a really good situation for the team that Frankie thinks is the best team in Canada right now. And he's on that first line. Mark Scheifele is playing as well as he's played in a long time. What I really like, though, is Alex Iafallo has fit in so well with them. Gabe Vilardi actually started in that position. He's coming back and could be healthy soon. So you could have 2 options on that side to go back and forth and keep things fresh for Kyle Connor.
This is a reality. Kyle Connor has quietly been one of the best goal scorers in the NHL for a little while now. And yes, Poulin, you're right. He's playing great on that line. And with 14 goals on the season, only 3 of those are power play goals. So they are getting it done at 5-on-5. And like I talk about with the Jets, being able to roll 4 lines, that third line for them with Niederreiter, Appleton, and Lowry has become such a setup line, hemming teams in their own zone. They've been able to throw that first line over the boards and catch some tired players. I expect that to continue for Kyle Connor and the first line in Winnipeg.
It's fantasy or reality with Frankie Corrado and Dave Poulin.